Jiu-Jitsu technique called Falling Falcon. It is a medium, not a message. Okay? The message will come from the outwards. Can someone lower that again and bring it down for me? Just hit the power button here. Yeah. So, Falling Falcon is a grab and pull in. Power. That's it. So, Falling Falcon is a grab and a pull in. Okay? So, first off, what I want to do is secure the hand as it pulls. And I'm going to cut through and step behind. As I cut through and step behind, I'm going to hit an elbow in here on the shoulder. Okay? Like I said, this is medium, not message. Okay? But it's a good way to get into this for now. I'm going to hit in. As I go, I'm going to take the forward bow, maintain contact, and make the forward bow to this direction. Which will take them down on this line here. Okay? Everyone see why I'm taking them to here? Good. Everyone notice? Perfect. A familiar position. This position here. Which is like the end of any hip throw or anything else that we have where we like to hold on a little bit. Okay? So, you start pulling in, we've got all of our techniques from this point here. So, in this case, we have Buckling Twig, and in these type of ones here, we could also have these kind of kick, crossover, drop, which will give us this position again here. If he buckles again, we have all these extra locks that we have as well from here. Okay? Prayer locks, so on and so forth. Alright? Point is, once you have this shape, if you are in here doing something, you need to exit. You need to exit cleverly. Okay? So you'll have seen, you'll have seen things like crossouts where we do this at the end of the technique, and we take ourselves out of distance, we take ourselves offline, back online once we're at distance, okay? Crossouts can happen from other places, and it doesn't have to be me disengaging from the person, okay, in midair, let's say, or they're still standing. So let's say, in this case, we're going to hit our kick, okay? Let's just take it from an old standard. I've got him in this position, so I'm going to stamp the ribs, right here, okay? I'm going to kick out along the arm. As I kick out along the arm, I'm putting it down. Now this is fine and dandy, but if I try to move and he wants to hold on or fight for me, he can, okay? Almost. So, we kick in, we stamp down. From here, I kick out. As I kick, I stamp. Now you'll see the same footwork that I just showed you happening here. This footwork will be employed slightly differently. I step, I stamp. As I step out, I take the step back, I kick that arm back. Okay? So the message here is the cross out being used defensively or offensively, depending on what way you look at it, but it's important. You'll also note that the footwork is important, so that's why we're using it slightly in a different fashion now. So rather than just looking awesome, stepping out, getting your pose and getting your check on, okay, now what you're doing is you're using it offensively, but also defensively. Okay? Make sense? Alright, so, yeah. Thank you. So, Falling Falcon is our medium. So, he pulls in, I step in, I hit, I turn, I drop him down. Okay? Turn slightly, there you go. From here, you've got the arm, stamp. From here, kick out, stamp down, step, back. Everyone good with this? Thank you. Off we go. Try that. Delayed sword. By the way, most people will tell you this is a grappling version of delayed swords, because here, this is delayed sword against an attempted grab, if you like, if there's ever such thing. Or, if he grabs, he pulls in, so now we're directed forward. And that's what a lot of people will tell you, okay? Just to give you a bit of insight into what people think about things and where they fit from, okay? Right. Wiser men than me. And so, we step in, we hit through, okay? Important thing to note is, if he's been extreporous and I just step in, not gonna happen. If he pulls in, like he's supposed to, attack me properly please, thank you. There, and I step in and I hit, and I don't move it, you'll notice that I haven't done anything, I haven't expelled anything, I haven't put any power, I haven't projected. Okay? As a wise man, aka Darryl Murray, once said, breath builds structure. Didn't rob that from anywhere, I swear. Everyone write that down. Citing reference later. So as I step, I have to hit. So that projection through gives me what I need. So as I hit, that gives me that nice tight shot that we want, okay? So you do need this, and you do need to start putting it in. This is the place you're going to start putting it in. Okay? Everyone okay with this so far? Yeah? Good. So now, rather than continue on with this, we'll move on to something else. So, Tony's going to grab me in a hand block. I'm going to step back, Tony's going to block it. Again, medium, not message. Okay? I step, I hit. He's covering off, so that shot is useless. If he wants, you can check me forward, you can push me forward. It causes me to take a step, okay? as I move, I'm kick under here for now, okay? I'm going to take him down, straight arm lock, alright? From here I'm going to kick out the back leg, and I'm going to use my stance aggressively again on the way out. So rather than me just crossing out and dragging Tony or trying to drag Tony, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it on a downward motion. Take him to the floor. This will look familiar from last night when we did piercing mandible, and the last finish was we got in, we stepped in, we did this, we got the technique on him, and when we wanted to take him out rather than kind of holding him there or putting him there, you basically drag him. Same with him. Okay? So, where we want him, in this case, again, this will fit any technique, and you can try this with hip throws or anything else you feel that you're in this position on. Okay? From here, I can hit my kick through, drop down, like so. Don't drag because you can chase it and take out the leg. You want them down. Using the same stance again to illustrate, and back again. Does everyone see how we're employing the cross out in a different way, a different fashion? That's why it's there.
Receivers, turn your head.
Yes. Don't face plant. Okay? Where possible. So the cross out at the base level, as we said, is just distancing. Take myself away from the action once the job is done. In this case, this is now taking myself away from the action, but making sure the action doesn't follow. Does that make sense? Okay, so now we're employing it slightly more advanced. All good? Once more? Okay. So, again, step back elbow, kick chest, pull forward. Once I take that step forward, I kick behind. I turn and I go to A. What? Somebody give me the name of this stance quickly. Twist stance, front twist, okay? So lock in, told you it'd be important. Kick through from here, down, and take yourself out. Once you use that, down, back, cross it. All good? Okay, try that with your partner. Again, like I said, partner change. So we did this side of the head, we did this step forward, average executions. Then we do our fire out here, okay? First things first, much like any of our step back and drop the base, I can't believe I said that. But anyway, once you kick, this goes down. This is your position here. Now you rotate through them. Okay? Once you advance it, you can tighten up your circles, you can make everything work from the body and the floor, and just get that position there. But your feet got to be right, your core's got to be linked in, your breathing's got to be right, everything's got to go through. Okay? But like we covered last night about this lock, if I do a small circle and he's a little bit strong, it's not going to happen. However, when I'm learning first off, if I go big circle, now we've got all that projection going through. Likewise here, it's the same principle. As I step and as I kick, it gives me that as well, for now. Then once I tie up everything and I advance it, I really don't need that much to do anything. At this point I can't hit the back leg, so I can still hit the front leg and take it down. Alright? Everyone see what we're talking about? So again, here's where everything links together. Alright? Okay. So, on this note, like I said, the techniques are only getting you to the point where I want you to be in an ideal situation to get these type of moves off, or these type of moves off, and everything else. So let's do one more. So, grab. So we grab, I step back, I hit this. This is sword and hammer for those who haven't. Now it gets a little different. I move in, I take them. Okay, from here, kick through, stamp in the stomach, and I drop, okay? Where do I drop? Once I stand here, into the eyes. This way. Thank you. So, we take them down, I want an option. Here's my option. Where's the stomach? Okay? From here, drop across the eyes. Okay? Everyone good with that? Okay. This will also work from a position where I drop, he comes down, I get to this position. Okay? Or I want to disengage from this position. Perhaps even I'm in a prayer work. So he's buckled his arm, this is the position I'm in. That goes on. Now, as we've always said, these are great technical locks. They teach you principles. They teach you a lot about how the body maneuvers, how everything works, and how you can lock someone up. However, Kieran, come here. Go behind. So, I've got Tony pretty well locked up in one place. I've got two arms committed to one arm. I've got two legs committed to one body. And Kieran's got a bottle in his hand. So I don't need to be tied up very long. As we said, locks are slowed down breaks, so when I get up I want to be breaking something very quickly, or I want to have broken it about here, which we're going to be careful because this is their outer rotator as well, and you don't want that. Okay? Okay? So, once I've done this, okay, let's take it from here. Here's my prayer look. From here now I come up. As I come up, I drop, which gives me my exit point. That's making sure he's down. Now I can see something where necessary. Okay? So if I want to take that arm out of the way, now I can move in. And throw him on top of him if I want to do a bit. Okay? I love that look. Alright? So, for now, we're only going to go with sword and hammer, okay? So we drop in from here, in swing, as normal, go for a hip throw, take it down. Okay? I'll go with this. Right. From here now, I might try locking up this way, he buckles, so I step, I drop. As I drop, I'll take this out. Good so far? Okay, so I've done the dirty deed, I've broken him, I've done whatever else from here. I come up. As I come up, I drop to prevent any follow on and maybe prevent him from seeing what happens next. This knee is not me just doing this is me going that way. As I do that may cause a make a swing shot. Mid long across my body. Alright? So hit down from here. Kick out, stamp, and this looks familiar. All good? Everyone happy? Try that. Let's go. Out. Okay? When I step back, and I mean the refinements I've made on the ones that we're trying to fix on you guys. So when we hit through, as someone will say, years of refined movement will cause me to do things a lot easier than you guys, but it should be explained straight out. If I hit this and I do this and I move in, I got nothing. And that's actually counter to a hip throw. Okay? So when I move through, as I hit this and hit this, as I move in now, this is my shoulder on this line. Okay? Which keeps that moving. This happens. So it's not me going muscle him over. It's me actually moving through him and circling. And as you can see, without the hip, he's already on his way there. So this is something you need to be clear about as well. Do not leave your shoulder behind on any throw. You will lose. Okay? Even the most basic flinch from an untrained partner will have you on your ass. And that's embarrassing. Okay? For everyone. Alright, so once he grabs, once he steps, this is the hip here. So we want this proper in position. Lower than his hip line as we do with all hip throws. Now, like I said before, technique is medium, not message. So I could easily do the technique that we've just done to get him into that position. However, if I find a hip throw a little difficult at times, then I can still step in, I can hit this, take it here, and it still gives me the same position as you notice. Okay? We're working off a common position, we're just giving you options of said position, or a reaction. So as he buckles, I snake down. This gives me this position. Hit through, drop. I'm pinning with, sorry, I should point out, I'm pinning after I kick his stomach into his spine. Okay? But my other knee is right behind him, pressed up against him. Stops that from happening. If I take that away, ground fighter's very good at this as well. I don't want to be down here with a ground fighter anyway. Okay? Unless I was a ground fighter. So from here, this needs to be all locked up nice and tight. Okay? Another thing that's happening here is it's not me just going, okay, I think I've blocked Tony and I've broken his shoulder and I've done all this type of stuff. Now I'm just going to stand up and finish the technique as normal. No. Good shot. Okay? This technique does not end until someone is whimpering crying on the floor. You might want to do that now when it's okay? So, from here, as I lock this on, you'll see that the pressure's going. This is a snap, as we've already said. From here, when I stand, I lift. I'm lifting him by a very, very stressed shoulder, if not damaged completely at this point. Alright? From here, when I turn, I drop. So this is going, yeah, you're coming up, yeah, you're coming up, yeah, you're coming up, back down. Okay? You don't give him an inch to breathe. Alright? There's your hit through. From here, you think that's the end of it, bang, bang. Make sure you do it. Have it back. You know, take the rest. Just kidding. Okay. So does everyone see what we're talking about on this? Alright? Control is... Right. Control is paramount in this. Alright? Even from the earliest part of this technique, control is paramount. Because the second I leave a weakness, I'm going to get eaten. Aha! Thank God for no weaknesses there. Does everyone see where we're going with this? Yeah? Okay. So this is important. Can't stress that enough and so on. Before we break into syllabus, what I would like to do is, as I've said, it makes sense to install what we've already installed and so on. So let's do this. Okay. I'm basically going to get him to push at me, stand at me, whatever else. You have done, at this point, 3 weeks of straight locks. This one. Sorry, 2 weeks of straight locks. This one here. This one here. This one here. Okay? You have also then done this one. This one. You've been shown this one, and I'm sure you're already familiar with it. Okay? You've also been shown other ones in here. So we go from here, this is our takedown. We go from here, this is the rest of it, okay? We pick them back up, and this is what we're all very, very careful with. Devil's gift. So, okay? We've done this. We've screwed this one up, so we start doing broken mace. Okay? So as a point of reflection, as a point of making sure that we install this stuff, we're going to rehash this now. We're going to change it ever so slightly though. Instead of Tony being good enough to give me an arm and then you put him through all manner of torture, the second Tony feels anything weak, he's going to turn in and he's going to look for a lock on me. One of the aforementioned locks that we just covered. Okay? So if I start to get him to here and this isn't looking like it's happening, he clears off, now he's got that lock. Okay? From here he can take me into another lock. And the point is we want to build it up. Okay? If this happens and he keeps going and he builds up his lock, and I see an option for another lock, then I take him back down. Okay? What you will see is neither of us are going this type of shit to each other. Okay? It is literally slow while breathing. Okay? Locks, and so on and so forth. Okay? Slowly. Don't cramp locks on, there's no need. They'll work. Hard, fast, or anything, they will work. As we already said, locks are slowed down breaks. So unless you want to break someone, slow down. Okay? So, let's work that.